I'm Alan Mendelson. You know me as being the financial reporter for the CBS television stations in Los Angeles. Now I want you to meet certified financial planner Brian Gilder, who has vital information about life insurance.
Yes, you could have some huge problems with your life insurance policies. First of all and foremost, most people don't even know what type of life insurance policy they own. Do they have whole life, universal life, variable universal life, a second to die policy? I mean, the list goes on and on. But many people don't even know what type of life insurance policy they have. And what has happened, especially with the way the financial markets have been reacting, and when people bought policies 10, 15, 20 years ago when interest rates were much higher, what has happened, especially with these older life insurance policies, they might have been on an illustration that showed them that they were going to earn 8%. And what has happened over the last 10 to 15 years, interest rates have declined in these insurance policies. They might only be receiving 4% on their money. And therefore, the premiums they're paying into their policies is not enough to cover their death benefit and the cost of insurance and administrative expenses. Now, I said a lot, it's all in your annual statement. And many people never look over that annual statement, and if you don't look over that annual statement, your life insurance policy could be a ticking time bomb, just waiting to go off.
You're indicating to me that some life insurance policies might not pay the death benefit that the consumer expects.
It could if you do not review your policy. You should always review your policy because you can solve this problem very easily if you can detect it early enough. Because you might need to pay in a couple $100 more a month, $100 more a month into your policy to make sure that it will last for as long as you do.
And if you're also thinking that you're growing a cash value, it may not be growing that cash value anymore.
It might not be because the interest rates have come down. You could have cost of insurance going up, administrative costs. All those little costs in those policies are all disclosed in your annual statement, which nobody really looks at.
When someone comes to you and says they want to buy a life insurance policy, what type of a policy do you suggest?
Well, it would depend on what their objective is. For most people who come to us, they ask for policies that will pay a death benefit for their children one day or estate taxes. I recommend a guaranteed universal life policy. As long as you pay those premiums on time, regardless of what happens with interest rates, what happens with the cost of insurance, administrative expenses, you have a death benefit one day. Whole life is much more expensive than a guaranteed universal policy. Yes, whole life will build more cash, but when someone comes to me and says, we want to have this money for estate taxes one day, or for our children one day, I'm trying to get them the cheapest policy for the best dollars.
So why not a term policy?
Term policies could work. You could buy a term policy. But if you're going to buy a term policy, you want to convert it. And also, I think sometimes when people buy term insurance, that when it expires after 20 years, they might be 60 or 70 years old, and if they want more insurance, they might not qualify. And if it's not convertible, they might not be able to buy any more life insurance. So term insurance is good if you're trying to protect a short term. If you know what the term is, if you want to protect for the next 10 or 15 years, term insurance is a great investment. If it's undetermined how long you're going to need this insurance for, my recommendation is a universal life policy.
What's the first goal of buying a life insurance policy?
The first goal is, in my opinion, is to make sure you can afford the premiums. You want to make sure, if I'm going to pay X amount of dollars, am I going to be able to afford this life insurance policy? I think also you want to make sure that the policy is going to be around for you.
These days, do you have to be suspicious about the health and safety of your life insurance company?
I think you need to be, but I think you have to understand that the life insurance companies are regulated by the states, and the states require them to put reserves away into life insurance premiums. And if you look at the situation with AIG, when everyone was panicking about AIG, I mean, people were saying, well, are they going to pay my death benefit? I shouldn't even drive my car. Life insurance, if you look at the life insurance business, they have AIG, which is a tremendously big company. Their company is pretty safe the way they put reserves away. The states regulate life insurance companies. So they have to put X amount of dollars away in a reserve account to pay those claims. Life insurance has been around longer than time. I mean, that is the backbone of our world. If life insurance companies go out of business and death benefits aren't paid, we are in real trouble.
But we're not in that trouble now.
No, we're not in that trouble now. Death benefits are being paid. People are paying premiums. life insurance. And if somehow a life insurance company did go under, which has happened before, usually the bigger companies will come in and buy that piece of the business. And there's a reason for that. It's profitable to the insurance companies.
You can get more information from certified financial planner Brian Gilder. Call him at 310-804-3767. Again, 310-804-3767. Or write to him at 8383 Wilshire Boulevard, Suite 240, Beverly Hills, California, 90211. I'm Alan Mendelson. Thanks for watching.